รู้จักหนังสือไหม
มีกล่องดีเนาะเนาะ
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our social class for today, which is about Unit 5, Geography and Community. For today, we are going to talk about something about geography and more about community. We have discussed a lot about geography and community already. This one is our last topic about geography and community. For the vocabulary words, we have season. Can you say that?
ซี
Season
ซัน
means
ฤดูกาล
weather.
weather
Weather means,
สภาพอากาศ
and we have resources.
resources
Resources means,
ทรัพยากร
okay, first is season. Season is like the weather or the pattern of the weather for a long time, like for 3 months, 4 months, and then it will change to the next season. The next season will last for 3 months again. It's like that. Later, we will have more examples so you can understand better. Next, when you say weather, it is how the wind is, how the air is, how the sky is for the day. Okay, next is resources. Resources are the things that we use, things that we can buy or maybe we can get from nature. Okay, today we are going to discuss about climate and types of communities. First is climate. In talking about climate, we have three different words that you can be confused of. We have weather, climate, and season. What are the differences between weather, climate, and season? First is weather. Weather is the state of air and the atmosphere outside. For example, sunny, cloudy, rainy, and this one is not stormy, this one is snowy. Okay? So when you say weather, you are talking about the state of the air or the outside. How does it feel like? How does it look like? Now, weather is within a short period of time only. Weather can last for maybe one day, and then tomorrow you have a different kind of weather. Or maybe it can even last for how many hours only. Maybe in one day you can change into two different weathers. For example,
teacher Danica
yes.
someone I am here
Okay. Now, for example, in one day, in the morning, it's sunny. And then in the afternoon, it will rain, right? Weather can last for a short period of time only, short time. It can change from one weather to another weather. Next is climate. What do we mean by climate? Climate is the weather for a long period of time. This one can be for 6 months or 1 year, or maybe this is like the weather or the how the outside looks like, how it feels like for 1 year, or maybe usually the normal weather or the normal feeling. For example, hot climate and cold climate. For example, here in Thailand, we can say Thailand has a hot climate. It means it's usually hot in Thailand. There are many days that are hot, right?
I want Thailand to become cold because I want to see penguin
now, how about in America? America is a cold climate because usually it is cold. Yes.
teacher I want Thailand to want somewhere else to be not hot I want to see some snow
Uh-huh. Now, do you understand when you say climate, it is how the feeling is, how the outside is for a long period of time. It's normally hot or is it normally cold? Okay. Next, after climate, we have season. When you say season, this one is like the weather for some months. For example, for some periods of time, like for example, for 3 months, 4 months, and then it will change into the next season. For example, we have winter, spring, summer, and fall. These are some seasons. Okay. In other countries, they have all 4 seasons. For example, in America, they have 4 seasons. They have winter. Winter can last for maybe 3 months or 4 months. We're not sure. It changes. Next is spring. Spring can last for 2 months or 3 months, and then it will become summer, and then it will become fall, and then it will become winter again. Right?
Teacher,
Yes.
I want Thailand have 4 seasons.
But
I like winter the most.
but Thailand has only 3 seasons.
ไม่ใช่
3
you
seasons.
know
Yes.
don't the world that don't have human any country will have winter because the ozone is done break.
Yes, yes. Okay. Now, again, when we say weather, it is for a short period of time. It can be for 2 hours, 3 hours, or one day. It quickly changes. When you say climate, it is how it feels like for normal days, like most of the time. Is it hot or cold? And for the season can last for some months, like 3 months, 4 months, and it could change into the next season after that, and then change to the next season again, right? Okay. Now, in Thailand, we only have 3 seasons. We have summer, we have rainy, and the last one is winter. The winter in Thailand is the cold season. We can say cold season or winter. We also call it winter, but we don't have snow. We only say winter because it's cold, right? Sometimes in December or November or January, it becomes a little cold. Yes.
No ice, no snow,
Yes.
no hot, no too hot, too cold.
Yes. We only call it winter or cold season. No? So we have summer. Do you know what months are summer? Do you know?
April,
Yes, April, May, right?
Songkran.
Next is we have rainy season like June, July, right? It always rains. And then we have the winter or the cold season. Even if we don't have snow, we don't have ice here, we can still feel cold during some months like December, January. All right. Now, the weather, season, and climate can change the way community members live. Like this. Like, for example, when it is sunny, they do something different. And then it turns into rainy, it rains, you have to do something different. It changes how you live. Like, for example, if it is the winter season, you need different things. When it is summer, you need different things, right? It changes how people live in the community. For example, the way people choose the clothes they wear. For example, if you are living in a hot climate, you wear thin clothes, right? Or maybe if it is summer, you wear thin clothes. But if it is winter, you have to wear something thick like jackets, boots, or maybe what else? Beanie, scarf, gloves, right? It changes the way you wear clothes. For example, in weather, if it is sunny, you just wear your normal clothes like t-shirt or maybe pants. But when it rains, you will be needing your raincoat, right? You'll wear your raincoat or your boots for water, right? It changes how you wear clothes. Choose the clothes that you wear. Next, another one is the activities that people do. For example, in summer or when the weather is hot, when you are in a hot climate country, you usually go for swimming. What else can you do? You go for biking, camping. But when you live in a cold area or when it is winter, you go for sleighing. What else?
Build a
Skiing.
snowman.
Build snowman, skiing, right?
I like this the most.
Mm-hmm.
Snowball fight.
You can do those for fun. When it is hot, okay, when the weather is hot, of course, you can't do that. Next, another one is the food that people eat. In hot places or when the weather is hot, you might want to eat some ice cream, drink some juice or maybe soda, cold drinks. But when it is cold, you drink warm drinks. You eat hot soup. You
Hot
you eat hot
chocolate.
noodles. You drink hot chocolate. Yes.
I want to eat hot chocolate that have a little marshmallow.
Yes. Me too. I like that too. Do you?
Teacher,
Yes.
when cold, I drink hot chocolate with
Mm-hmm.
marshmallow in hot.
Yes. And sometimes Teacher Danica puts whipped cream too. So
I put
yummy.
marshmallow and whipped cream.
Yes. Okay. Next, another one is the things that people need. When the weather is hot, you need things that will make you cool. Okay. Now, when the weather is cold, you need things that will make you warm, right? Like, for example, you need a fan when it is hot, you need a fireplace when it is cold. When it
I
is
don't fireplace. I use heater.
Yes, you use a heater or maybe put some blankets, you put socks on, gloves, right? When
No
it is
have electricity. I
Mhm.
use that.
When it is summer, you need your aircon, you need a fan, you need to open the windows, right? You need different things. Or for example, when it comes to weather, you will be needing your umbrella, your raincoat when it rains. When it's not raining, you don't need them, right? All right. Next, the way people live also differ depending on the types of communities that they have. This one is the last topic. It's about the different types of communities. We already discussed the different land forms, right? Like land topography, like mountain, plateau, plains. Okay, so people live on those places. Like some people live in valleys, some people live on mountains, some people live on plains. Now there will be more and more people there, more houses. Then they will be able to build communities, right? Now, what are the different communities? The first one is a community on a plain. Remember, the plain looks flat. It is flat. Okay, it is a flat land. Yes, it is wide and flat. Now, people like to live on plains. They can make farms. They can grow rice because community on a plain usually have bodies of water. They can have rivers, right? They are good for growing rice, or maybe can build a farm, or maybe you can build big houses and shops, bakeries, barber shop, salon, right? Or maybe uh, 7-Eleven, right?
What?
Okay.
Say that
Yes, what do you want? The 7-Eleven is on top of the mountain.
Chocolate shop.
Next is a community on a plateau. You remember how a plateau looks like? How does it look like?
Very short.
It looks like a mountain, but it
Mountain,
is
but no, not
flat, right?
flat.
It is flat on top. This
Flat.
one is an example of a plateau, and there are houses here, right?
Now they. It's like in Lego Ninjago.
Mm-hmm. Like
Teacher,
Minecraft. There's plateau on Minecraft,
teacher,
right?
how we Get down.
I think there's a road behind, like
There
going
is a
down.
bedlock, teacher. Bedlock.
Now the soil here on a plateau is good for raising livestock. It means taking care of animals like sheep, okay, or maybe goats, or maybe cows. Community on a plateau is good for raising livestock,
Teacher,
taking
how
care of
did it
animals.
go down?
I think
It's
there's
bed.
like a road, like a mountain too. They go down like a road. They
Ooh.
use cars. They don't just jump. Okay.
What job did you
All right.
die?
Next.
From high place.
Uh, next.
Use go count.
They use parachute. Do you know parachute?
I know.
Next, a community. Turn off your microphone. A community by the sea. When you say community by the sea, you are talking about the community. Pichaya pon. A community by the sea means it is a community by a coast. When you say coast, near the water. Some people like to live near the sea or maybe near a lake, right? So usually people who live near the sea work in the fishing industry. It means they become fishermen, right? It's their main job because they live near the sea. Next is the mountain community. Some people like to build houses on mountains like this, just like this. They build on mountain sides. Now, the mountains are cold because when you go higher and higher, it becomes colder and colder. In mountain areas, there are lots of forests and waterfalls. So maybe they can get water from the waterfalls, they can get fruits from the trees, they can hunt animals for meat, right? So again, we have different communities. The last one is a city community. I think we have 5. Now, this is the last one. It is a city community. Now, city community is almost the same with the plain city community on a plain because cities are usually on a plain, right? They are like the same. Now, a city community has many facilities, many buildings built by people. They are high, and then we can have some factories, many shops, many cars, many offices, many restaurants, malls in the city community. Okay, it's also a community on a plain, but this one more likely has buildings, factory, shops. All right. Now, again, we have community on a plain, which is good for growing rice. Community on a plateau, which is good for taking care of animals like sheep, pigs, or goats. Next is community by the sea, which is good for fishing. And then you have mountain community, which is cold. It has waterfalls and forests.
Fresh air.
Yes, and the last one is the city community with many buildings and other infrastructures like factories, shops, hospitals. All right. Now that's it. Let me show you the video for today.
The environment affects people. Your environment is everything that surrounds you. Different parts of the country have different environments. Some parts of the country have mountains. Some have oceans. Some have flatlands. Some have deserts. Others have lakes. Some are warm all year, others get very cold. And the environment we live in affects how we live. How? Think about why people would live differently in different environments. All of these children are outside in January. Why are they dressed so differently? These kids are dressed differently because they live in different parts of the country. What might someone who lives near the ocean do for fun? They could go swimming, surfing, or snorkeling. What might someone who lives near the mountains do for fun? They could go skiing or hiking. What might someone who lives on the plains do for fun? They might ride bike, go for walks, or ice skate. What might someone who lives on or near a lake do for fun? They could water ski. They could skate on the lake in the winter. They could tube, or they could swim. What might someone who lives on the cold ocean coast do for fun? They might sail, fish, or go rafting.
Okay, now let us go to our games for today. Actually, we only have one, which is Blooket. For our Blooket game, can you see?
Yes.
It's just very easy. We only have 10. What kind of community is this?
Plains.
It's the
Mountain.
mountain community. What kind of community is this? Community by the
Teacher,
sea.
teacher,
Yes,
your
yes,
map, yes, teacher. Your
yes,
map, yes, activity. Yeah,
yes, yes,
I know.
yes. That's why it's easy. What kind of community is this? It is the
City.
city community. What do people in a community by the sea most likely do?
Fishing.
Fishing. Which community is good for growing rice?
Walk.
For growing rice.
Uh,
Plain. Yes. Which community is good for livestock? It means animals like sheep or goats.
Plateau.
Plateau. How's the weather?
Rainy.
Rainy. What season do we need this?
Winter.
Winter. Which season don't we have in Thailand? We don't have what?
Snowy.
Snowy. What climate do we need this?
Hot.
Hot climate, of course. So what are we going to choose?
I. Please. Gold quest. Brush. Gold quest. Gold quest.
Stop. Natawat. What do you want? Natawat. Is
Where
natawat?
are you?
Natawat not here. Chayanan, what do you want?
Gold quest.
Gold quest. Papa Chamon, what do you want? Papa Chamon.
Royale. I want Battle Royale. Battle Royale.
Battle
I
Royale.
want
How about Sahaton, what do you want?
I want Gold Quest. Teacher, I want
I
Gold
want
Quest.
book rush. Book rush.
How about who else? Who else are we going to choose? Let me see.
One hair.
Chayapon, what do you want?
Fishing.
Narawit, what do you want?
Tower Defense.
Very different. You don't have the same answers. How am I going to choose?
I want Tower Defense.
Let's have
Glow. No, I don't have to do.
Narini, what do you want?
คำถามหลังจากนั้นก็
Close Quest.
Good
ตัวละ
quest.
ครหลังจากนั้นก็เอาไป
Natakit, what do you want?
เมื่อวานหนูโชว์ไม่ดีเลยเน็ตหลุด
I want power defense
ก็เลยเล่นไม่ได้ฮ่าฮ่าฮ่าฮ่า
Do you want Blue Crush or not?
อ่ะ
โอ้ย
I want book rush teacher I like the book rush I want to try
Okay, I think we have more Gold Quest, no?
I don't like book quest it's boring already
But more students said Gold Quest today. It's okay.
M-I-O
I put the link in the note. If you want, you can play it again and then choose your own game. You can do that. 591761.
book quest book that can choose old game
Yes, on your own. You can do it on your own. You can choose your own game.
how to do like that
When I put the link, you can press it and you can press this one. See? Solo. And then you can play on your own. This one host is what the teacher does. This one is solo. You play on your own and then you can choose your own game. But you don't have an enemy. So who will win? No one. It's like not a competition. There will be no first, second, third. Faster. Ten players. 1 minute. I will click start. Ready or not? Okay, I'll click start now, alright? Go. 1 minute 40 seconds. One minute. Ten seconds. And we're done. Let's see. We have Chayanan, Sahaton, and Narini. Okay, now let's go to our live worksheet now. Can you see the live worksheet? Can you see it? Can you see the live worksheet?
Yes.
Okay, now we have these words here. We have 3, fishing, plateau, thin, plain, rainy, mountain, hot, city, and cold. Number 1, when the weather is hot, we wear blank clothes. We wear what? Answer.
We wear
What kind of clothes? We wear
Hot.
thin clothes. Next, when the weather is blank, we wear jackets. We wear jackets. When the weather is
cold.
cold. Thailand has blank seasons. How many seasons?
3.
When it is cold, people like to drink what kind of drinks? When it is cold, yes, hot. There is blank season in Thailand. There is
Rainy.
rainy. A community on a blank is good for growing rice.
City.
Which one is good for rice? Plain. A blank is good for raising livestock.
Plateau.
Yes. A community by the sea mainly work in the
City.
community by the sea. What work do they have?
Fishing.
Fishing. There are lots of forests and waterfalls in
Mountain.
mountain. And the
And
last
city.
one, there are many facilities
City.
built by people in the city. And then finished.